Your cat hears your voice from the other room. It knows exactly who you are. It may even know that you are calling its name. And then it does something that has confused humans for thousands of years. Absolutely nothing. Maybe one ear twitches, maybe one eye opens. Maybe it slowly turns away as if your existence has been declined. So here is the uncomfortable question. Does your cat actually love you? Or are you just a warm piece of furniture that opens cans? The answer is more interesting than either extreme. Cats are not tiny dogs. They do not usually perform affection in the loud, obvious way humans find easy to recognize, but that does not mean there is nothing going on. When scientists look closely at cat behavior, a different picture appears. Many cats form real bonds with their humans. They recognize familiar people. They use us as a source of safety. They communicate with us in ways that are often subtle enough for us to miss. The problem is not that cats have no feelings. The problem is that humans are often bad at reading cats. A dog makes affection easy to understand. You come home and the dog runs to the door as if you have returned from a 10-year expedition. A cat may greet you by walking into the hallway, staring for 2 seconds, and then leading you to the food bowl. To us, that can look cold, but in cat language, choosing to be near you can already mean something. Domestic cats came into human lives differently than dogs. Dogs were shaped by cooperation with people. Cats moved closer to us more quietly. Early farms attracted rodents, rodents attracted wildcats, and tolerant cats gained an advantage. Humans did not need cats to obey. We needed them to stay around and be good at being cats. That history matters. Cats stayed independent, but independent does not mean unattached. Their affection often looks less like obedience and more like trust. One of the strongest clues comes from attachment research. In a study published in Current Biology in 2019, researchers used a method similar to the secure-based tests used with children and dogs. A cat was placed in an unfamiliar room with its owner. Then the owner left. Later, the owner returned. The researchers watched how the cat behaved during separation and reunion. If a cat was securely attached, it might show stress when the owner left, then become more relaxed and willing to explore when the owner returned. In other words, the human functioned as a safe base, not a food machine, not just a random large animal, a source of security. Many cats in the study showed secure attachment patterns at rates similar to those often seen in children and dogs. That does not mean a cat feels love exactly the way a child does, or that we can label a cat's inner emotions perfectly. But it does mean the old stereotype of the completely indifferent cat is too simple. A cat that follows you from room to room may simply prefer its world when you're in it. A cat sleeping near you is making itself vulnerable near a huge creature with a long history of stepping on tails by accident. A cat turning its back to you is not always insulting you. In many cases, it is showing trust. Think about the famous slow blink. The cat looks at you, narrows its eyes, and slowly blinks. It can look sleepy or bored, but research suggests slow blinking is part of positive cat-human communication. In one study, cats were more likely to approach a person after that person slowly blinked at them compared with a neutral expression. Why would that matter? Because direct staring can be threatening in many animal interactions. A slow blink softens the gaze. It is like saying, "I am relaxed. I am not a threat." When a cat gives you that look and you return it gently, you may be having a tiny silent conversation. It is not proof of human-style romance, but it is a meaningful sign that the cat feels safe enough to lower its guard around you. Then there is rubbing. When a cat rubs its head or body against your legs, it is not only being cute. Cats have scent glands around the cheeks, forehead, chin, and other parts of the body, and rubbing helps mark familiar objects, places, and individuals. You are part of the cat's familiar social world. Kneading is another clue. Kittens knead while nursing, and adult cats may continue the behavior when they are relaxed or comfortable. It does not prove the cat thinks you are its mother, but it does suggest the moment feels safe and soothing. This is the key to understanding cats. Never read one signal alone. Read the whole cat. Purring can mean contentment. But cats may also purr when they are stressed or seeking comfort. A raised tail can be a friendly greeting. A tail thumping hard may mean irritation. A cat exposing its belly may be showing trust, but that does not automatically mean it wants a belly rub. The message may be, I feel safe enough to lie like this, not, please touch the forbidden fluff. This is where many humans fail the test. We want cat affection to follow human rules. If the cat loves us, we expect cuddles whenever we ask. If it walks away, we feel rejected. But cats often care deeply about control and choice. A cat that is allowed to approach, leave, and set boundaries may become more affectionate over time, not less. That is not coldness. That is consent. There are also studies showing that cats can recognize human voices. In one experiment, cats heard different voices calling their names while the owner was out of sight. Many cats reacted differently to the owner's voice than to strangers' voices, often with subtle movements of the ears, head, or tail rather than dramatic action. This is one of the most cat-like scientific findings imaginable. The cat knows it is you, but it may still choose not to come. Some cats are highly social. Others bond strongly with one person and hide from everyone else. Some sleep on faces. Some prefer being in the same room but not being touched. None of these styles automatically means the cat does or does not love its human. Personality, early socialization, past experiences, health, and environment all shape how affection appears. The question, do cats love humans, needs a careful answer. If by love we mean a human-like story of romance, loyalty, and conscious devotion, science cannot confirm that. We cannot ask a cat to describe its inner life. We should be careful not to turn cats into little people wearing fur. But if by love we mean attachment, recognition, trust, preference, comfort, and social bonding, then the answer is much closer to yes. Many cats do seem to form meaningful emotional relationships with humans. One common argument says, cats only like people because we feed them. Food absolutely matters. A cat may associate you with meals, warmth, play, safety, routine, and comfort. Those things are not separate from the relationship. The question is not whether food plays a role. The question is whether the cat's behavior goes beyond food, and often it does. A cat that seeks you out when the bowl is full, chooses contact when no reward is offered, or relaxes because you are nearby is telling you something. The trouble is that cats whisper emotionally while humans expect shouting. So how can you tell whether a cat is bonded to you? Look for choice. Does the cat choose to be near you? Does it greet you with a raised tail or soft posture? Does it rub against you? Does it blink slowly? Does it sleep nearby? These signs are not guarantees of love in the human sense, but together they suggest trust and attachment. The best way to earn more of that trust is simple. Stop forcing it. Let the cat approach first. Offer a hand to sniff instead of grabbing. Learn where it likes being touched. Many cats prefer the cheeks, chin, and head rather than the belly. Respect the moment when the tail starts flicking and the body gets tense. A loved cat is not one that lets you do anything you want. A loved cat is one that feels safe enough to say no and still come back later. That may be the most beautiful thing about cats. Their affection feels earned not because they are manipulative, but because they are honest about comfort. A cat watches your patterns. It learns whether your hands are gentle. It learns whether your voice predicts safety or chaos. It learns whether you listen when it says, "Not now." And when that cat finally curls up beside you, presses its forehead into your hand, or closes its eyes in your presence, it is offering something quiet but real. Maybe cats do not love like dogs. Maybe they do not love like humans. Maybe their version of love has fewer fireworks and more small negotiations, but that does not make it smaller. It may make it more precise. So the next time your cat ignores you, do not assume there is nothing there. It may know your voice, it may know your routine, it may know your smell, your footsteps, and the exact hour you usually open the food. And when it chooses to sit beside you anyway, even after the bowl is full, that might be as close as a cat gets to saying it out loud. Not every love story is loud. Some of them purr quietly, blink slowly, and pretend they were not waiting for you at all.
Thanks for watching! If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. See you in the next one!